Baldur's Gate 3 has excellent characters, setting, and music, but honestly, it's not that deep. Depth can come from several aspects of art: movies, TV series, books, music, and paintings. All these mediums have the capacity to move a person and enrich their lives when the author places a core message within their craft. Can a game story be entertaining and have depth like other art forms? Yes. There are several games with entertaining plots that give profound messages. A few examples of these will be God of War 2018, The Last of Us, Red Dead Redemption 2, and most recently, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. They dive deep into questions like, what does it mean to be a good father? What does it mean to be a loyal friend? Or how do you deal with loss and grief? Heavy topics that reflect both the beauty and savagery of the human condition. With all that in mind, I post that Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have depth in its story, and that is because of one simple fact: player choice. The greatest asset in any RPG is letting the player have a significant impact in their world due to their own choices. But this is their greatest weakness when it comes to telling a meaningful story. The more choices the player has, the more agency they're given, the more difficult it is for a game developer to account for all possible story paths. Think about it. A game studio will have to code the scenes, create character models, and write and voice act endless lines to flesh out all possible story outcomes. The cost of that will be astronomical in both time and money. So instead, the story has to stay broad and flexible, which is great for freedom, but bad for a tightly focused, meaningful message. That is why the story of Baldur's Gate is entertaining, but superficial. Personally, while I had interest in the plot, I wasn't truly invested in it. The main plot does have grand action scenes, interesting and unexpected plot twists, and several complex and deep characters. All this wrapped in a magnificent soundtrack and beautifully rendered sword coast that is very loyal to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. However, despite all this, I mainly just wanted to see the story unfold with my brain turned off, because the main plot wasn't pushing a message that required any deeper analysis. Looking back, I'm a little bit disappointed that a game that I spent so much time in didn't give me a profound lesson as other games have with its main story. I would be remiss if I didn't mention this game's still a masterpiece, and honestly, not every game needs a real-life world-changing message. The RPG elements from Baldur's Gate more than make up for what is missing in depth. Larian Studios have become masters of putting the art in role-playing games, and I still find it highly gratifying to make choices that have a significant impact in the world and its characters. I don't think Larian was even aiming for a profound main plot to start with, and that is reflected by how perfectly the rest of the game is developed. Baldur's Gate 3 is not the game that you will go for a plot that will change your perception of the world, or give you a lifelong lesson. And that's fine, because there are other games that can do it. The main story is still packed with a lot of fun, and it's an awesome experience, even if it can come up as a bit shallow. I still have fun with this game and will recommend it to anyone. Thank you for listening. Give this content a like if you enjoyed it, because that gives me a signal to create more. Thank you for your time, and see you on the next one.